It is time for another insert assembly video. So we have the Yokohama storage solution for the for GO7 Gaming. Another Father's Day / birthday present from my lovely family. So this comes with 10 sheets. And as I mentioned, this is designed for the Kickstarter Deluxified edition. Comes with the chunky resource bits, so this is designed to fit that. Plus, what I like about this one is when you build the player boards out, they have a picture, kind of, sort of. Each of them is going to have a little acrylic overlay. So if you've played the game before, your player board has spaces for your pieces, but just like you're terraforming Mars and other games with single layer boards where you're moving things off back and forth, like Maracaibo, Great Western Trail. You can buy separate acrylic overlays, but this comes with one. So I'm currently using just a Plano in the box, which is perfectly fine. But like I said, this is a present, so we're gonna put it together and see how long it takes and see how it looks. See you later. So we're done. Took a little bit longer than an hour, I'd say. This one's got definitely more pieces. Not overwhelming amount, but there's a lot of little bits because there's a couple resources trays in the player board. It's definitely easy to put together. And just to give you an idea of how it comes out of the box. So manual, scoreboard. There we go. So here's the tray with the location boards, and you're thinking, oh wow, that's really snug. No, if you reach underneath the trays, there's little holes to push out the tiles. I left the ship in the, what the hell is that called now? Capitol Center? Center building? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played. They suggest to put, they have the setup tokens and the, what are these called? The agent tokens in the same little thing, but because you need the setup tokens, and I'll show those in a second, to set up the board, I kind of left these here. Although that's probably a stupid idea, and I'll probably put the setup tokens in here because then it'll go with the board, and then I can get rid of this tray and I won't need to use it. So that's one thing I'm definitely going to change. Not change, but rearrange. Resource trays, so your 4 resources, main resources I should say, and then the import goods, cache, and then there's the setup thing. So yeah, so I'm going to take these and put them in there, and take these and put them in there because you access all of this during the game. These bad boys you only use during setup. Then we have the card caddies. Let me get these out of the way. So I'm kind of torn on this. I think they're definitely a neat idea. So let me get a better angle because the sleeves are really bright. So they give you 3 card caddies here. One of them is for like the starting cards. These go on the locations and they tell you what the bonuses are. And then they give you 2 caddies because you need to get 2, or you don't need to get, but there are 2 markets in the game, one for technologies and one for imports, which is how you get points in the game. And then on the back side, they have little storage areas for like extra cards. Now, because I have premium sleeves on these, everything fits. Like it's fine. It's a minor inconvenience, but some of these, if you put on top, it's not entirely flush. And do I think the insert will crush the cards or damage them? Probably not, but I'm a little anal retentive, so I kind of split some of the orders in here. And the other thing is when you set up the game, if you're not playing a 4-player game, you actually take out a certain amount of contracts. And then the other thing is these are the achievement cards. These are kind of startup cards. It'd be nice if you could kind of put all the startup cards together and then you could just kind of get them out of the way. Again, minor nitpick. It holds everything really well. Supports sleeve cards. These are Paladins, I believe, but as you can tell, if you're an FFG or even Ultra Pro Mini Euros, they tend to be a little bit longer. That should hold them fine. So yeah, nifty. These are probably the quote-unquote hardest things to build only because the GO7 stuff is another kind of loose tab. Most of their tabs fit in quite easily, so it's not going to hold its shape. So as you're putting on these two kind of end caps, you just have to hold it for a couple seconds to let the glue set. Again, not a huge deal. Pretty easy to build. But yeah, I mean, that's probably my one minor nitpick, is that all of the imports don't fit in this caddy, and some fit in there. But again, like I said, I'm a bit of a knob, so don't worry about it. So this is like one of the coolest parts of the insert. So it comes with, like I said, one of those acrylic overlays. Now, you'll notice that they don't line up perfectly, but if you look, and here, this acts as a lid, so you remove it, you'll notice that obviously you can't have these thin little acrylic posts here. Nothing's going to stay together. And if you have the Deluxified edition of this game, the meeples clearly don't fit there. So the insert overlay, holds the meeples like this, and then that way they're loose enough that you can get at them, especially when you got a row of, you got a grid of 12 of them. You can kind of get somebody like me with my big giant sausage fingers in there, get them out. But they keep them in place, so somebody comes along, well, that's a poor example, but somebody comes along and bumps it, or you bump it, or something like that, it'll keep it in place. Trading houses and shops. And the best part about, I was gonna divide out the meeples and kind of put everything in a starting area, but because you can only have so many meeples, you just set them up here, and then the rest are the ones in your hand. And then you can go ahead and put you've got your president here, and then all your starting resources and your scoring tokens. So you hand somebody this piece, and unless you're the first player, you got to get rid of a coin, but you hand somebody this tray, and they throw their player board, pardon me again, they throw their player board on top, they throw their overlay up, this is after emptying the player board, and they can set their board up. So it's not a tray that sits at the side and is a pain in the butt. It's actually functional, because this is now holding your player board, forgive the glare, this is holding your player board and holds all your pieces in place. So if you need to move, anything like that, if you need to move it, you take the whole thing with you. So it's kind of cool. Again, just a little bit over an hour for me. I didn't get a chance to time it simply because I was back and forth doing stuff. So generally I like to build these all at once, but I got distracted. Really cool insert. The card thing is a minor nitpick. This is my first GO7 insert, and I definitely think it was worth it. It's really heavy. Like they're not. So it's not wood grain. It's like pressed. I think they call it MDF in the instruction manual. So it's like a press board, which it's funny. It punches like cardboard. It's thicker and more durable. Obviously, it's not cardboard. It's not paper. It's wood, but it punches out almost like cardboard. So it's really easy to kind of punch, and then you just put it together and you glue it. But you have to glue it for sure. Instructions are very straightforward, and it was pretty easy to build, and they give you a color picture of how to put everything back in the box. So that is the Yokohama or Waihama 001 storage solution from GO7 Gaming. This is for the Deluxified edition, and yeah, pretty awesome. I would definitely recommend it if you like a quick setup and tear down, because aside from having to set out these boards and the cards, it does definitely help. All right, thanks for watching.